In this video, we're going to be doing unboxing and hands-on on the LG Journey or LG K30 2019. Depends on where you purchase the phone. I believe if you purchase this phone as unlock is gonna called LG K30 2019, or if you purchase this phone from Total Wireless, Symbol Mobile, or Straight Talk, the phone will be named with LG Journey. Anyways, the phone, it won't be changed. It should be the same phone and the same specifications. This is Variety Stick, and let's find out. Now, before doing the unboxing, let's go ahead and have a look over the main specifications, also give you an idea about how much this phone will cost you. The price for this phone, it will be around $79, so this will consider a budget device. For the size screen, we have 5.45. It should be 720p HD, it's not full high definition. As well as the internal memory in this phone, it should be 16 GB, and the phone take up to 32 for internal memory. The camera, we have single camera on the back, 8 megapixel, and on the front we have 5 megapixel camera. For the processor, 1.4 gigahertz, it's from Qualcomm Snapdragon 425, and we have 2 GB of RAM. Now, the phone also will be shipped with Android 9, Android Pie out of the box. It's a good thing in my opinion, because I believe this phone, when the first time came out as unlock, was shipped with Android 8.1. So this is a good thing for Total Wireless customers or Straight Talk. They will get the Android 9, as well as this phone also supports Bluetooth version 5, which is a great addition in my opinion, that will allow you to connect dual speaker at the same time. Now, the screen in this phone will be adopting the 18:9 ratio, and it's a full vision display. It should be IPS display and 720p for the resolution. I'm not expecting much from the display itself. We'll find out later on in this video. And last thing, it will be the battery. It's non-removable battery and 3000 milliamp. I would say it should be good for the specifications and the price of the phone. Now, let's go ahead and open the box. There you go. This is the phone. Actually, the phone feels good in the hands. It has a glossy plastic over here. It's very shiny and it's very soft, as you guys can see. Here's some IMEI number information, and I believe a track phone logo, camera, and flash. And the phone looks sleek in the hands. The volume keys, they're gonna be on the left side. They're very smooth too, and we have the power key. It should be located on the right side. Also, this phone doesn't have the C type, and we have speaker fire from the bottom. Also, we have headphone jack and microphone, as you guys can see. I mean, overall the phone feels good in the hands. It's very soft and also very fingerprint magnet, as you guys can see over here. So just make sure you get a phone case or something to protect the phone. Also, that's not gonna make the phone very shiny and reflective. Let's set this phone on the side and see what other things comes in the box. We will have a SIM ejector tool, because the SIM tray, it should be on the side, so you just have to put the pin and inject the SIM tray, and then you will have the option to add the SD card and the SIM card. And we have some user manual guides for the cell phone. Most likely no one will read this because it doesn't give you information. We will have a power brick. This is actually just a regular 5-watt, not fast charger. And then we have mini USB cable, as you guys can see, and some other information for the carrier, Total Wireless activation book, stuff like that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead now, turn the phone on. We're gonna play with it, have some time, and then we're gonna come back with more information and more details about the LG Journey. Now, after spending a decent amount of time with the LG Journey or the K30, let me pay your attention about very important things. Now, when you purchase this device, first, you're not gonna expect to get these features from this phone, beginning with the fingerprint. So the phone doesn't have fingerprint, it doesn't even has facial recognition through the front facing camera, so you will miss that. You're not gonna get the C-type, no fast charging, no NFC, and no 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi AC as well. So you will be missing a lot of things by purchasing a budget device like this, as well as the phone doesn't have wireless charging, of course, and this phone is not rated as a waterproof or dust proof, so this phone will be damaged if you expose the phone to any sort of liquid. Now also you need to know this phone made out of plastic, so the whole build construction made out of plastic. But just to be fair enough, the phone doesn't feel cheap in the hands. I mean, in my opinion, the phone looks very modern, and the glossy plastic over here looks also good. The phone has a very lightweight and it has very nice grip in the hands, something I gotta give LG credit even on this budget device. Now the screen is adopting 19:9 ratio, but as you guys can see, we still have a very big bezel over here. As you guys can see, it's not like a bezel-less display or infinity display, but in my opinion it looks good. Also the resolution is 720p. It doesn't look actually bad in my opinion, and when you see the phone in person, I mean the colors, the contrast in the screen, also the sharpness, it's not bad actually. The angle of view, as you guys can see, it's very decent in my opinion. The brightness level also is great. Now the PPI is not great in this phone, is only 295, but for me, seeing this phone in person, I would say for the price I pay for this phone, I would say the screen is very acceptable. Now before to move to anything else, I would just want to pay your attention about something. Now on the right there is a power key over here. Now if you double tap or click the power key, you should be able to unlock the screen. But if you look on the left side, you will see a key over here, and the volume key is all located on the left side. So this key basically is a dedicated key for Google Assistant. All you have to do, press, and the phone should actually launch Google Assistant and then get some Google Assistance. Actually, is not something I personally like to have extra button, because this will confuse you when you're trying to turn off the phone. You will get confused between this button actually and the power key button, and I don't see really any need to have a key for Google Assistant. Now moving forward to the speaker fired from the bottom. As you guys can see, we only have one speaker in this device, and the speaker actually surprisingly loud, but the treble and the bass is kinda sucks with this speaker. Is not gonna sound the best speaker sound because it's a mono speaker, it's not stereo speaker, but we can demonstrate the sound for you. Now as you guys can hear, it's not the clearest speaker, it's not like a clear sound, and the amount of bass, it's not high, but surprisingly it's loud actually. Now moving to the battery and the battery performance. The battery, as you guys can see, it should be sealed on the back of the phone. Also the phone, once you do the first initial setup, is going to give you a warning, do not try to remove the battery of the phone. The battery performance in general was not too great in my opinion. Now, I believe when I started the phone was on 50%, and then less than 1 hour playing with this phone, trying to download a few applications and test the camera, the phone dropped to 26%. So this, in my opinion, the phone, it might last you between 3 hours, maximum 4 hours. That depends on how you use your phone. I'm saying screen on time, so do not expect much from the battery, as well as the phone still charging with a mini USB 2. There is no C-type or even fast charging. Now moving to the operating system, the phone will ship with Android 9 out of the box, which is fine in my opinion. Also the phone has the UI from LG, which is a custom UI, and it seems to me it's a little bit heavy and more than what the phone can handle back to the low specification in the device. Now I can explain how this will work. I believe a lot of you guys are familiar about the LG UI and the operating system, how it works, but it does have a few good features. One of them, actually, some of the applications as pre-installed, and I believe this came from the carrier itself. It's called Device Pulse. By going to this, you should have access to all the information you need: the SIM card, the IMEI, the software, and the model of the phone, the amount of RAM, and things like that. That's, in my opinion, it's a very good thing, but I believe this feature came from the carrier. So in case if you purchase the phone and you have some difficulty, know the IMEI number, the SIM card number, so that way you can do the activation process. But overall, my experience with the operating system is not the best, not because the LG UI is terrible or a bad skin, in my opinion, that because the phone is not capable to handle the operating system the way you want it to be, because the phone, basically, when you start playing apps or you see some notification coming from the background, the phone is gonna start lagging. And now, since we're talking about the specification of the hardware, first of all, you need to put in your account, if you want to purchase this phone, it's only 16 gigabyte internal storage. This, in my opinion, is not enough, especially in 2020. That's not going to be a lot of gigabytes. You're going to be downloading maybe few apps, light games, and things like that. Do not expect to get the best performance of this device, especially for gaming. I mean, I also tried to play games and the performance was not the best, especially if you go to the heavier games like, for instance, Need for Speed, Fortnite, or PUBG. These things you're not going to expect for two reasons. First of all, the processor Snapdragon 425, it's not capable, and the amount of RAM in this phone is only 2 gigabyte. Also, this, in my opinion, it won't give you the best experience. Going to the light games, maybe Subway Surfers or Temple Run, some puzzle games, 2D games, you shouldn't have problems. Also, the application, internet browsing, it should be fine. And the last thing we're going to be talking about, which is the camera. As I said, we have 8 megapixel camera on the back, supported with a flash, only one single camera, 8 megapixel, capable to take videos up to 1080, and with the front facing camera, 5 megapixel on the front. There is no flasher whatsoever in the front camera. And if you open the application, you will see very generic application here. It doesn't have a lot of features, but it does a few features. Actually, in my opinion, they're gonna help you to take at least good or decent pictures. Actually, I've took a lot of pictures. Just to give you overview how the application is gonna look, you will have settings, a few modes here and there, plus you will have the option to share your pictures on your social media text message app, which is, we have seen this in most of LG devices, and then you can enable the flash and things like that. Now, going to the pictures that we have taken, also we can actually give you my opinion. Now, the camera, the back camera, 2.0 aperture, which is not going to be great for low light situation, but you have decent light. You should be able to take, I would say, decent pictures, not the best performance, especially with the sharpness of these pictures. And that one, another picture we took with the back camera. Or outdoors, since we have good enough of lights, you'll be taking good pictures, and they're gonna be sharp and they're gonna be good, so you don't have a problem going outdoor. Also, the selfie actually is not bad. Also, you will have the option to put skin tone, which is good in my opinion, as well as also you have the option to do a portrait. Now, the portrait is not the best. Of course, it's not going to be the best experience for portrait or bokeh effect, but it's available on the front-facing camera. And here's some more samples about the pictures we took in the phone. So let me say, like, the camera in general, it's not bad. I thought this phone for this much price, it would has a terrible camera, but overall, speaking about the camera in this device, was not bad at all. And this will wraps it up for that video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Please subscribe to Variety Stick for more videos in the future. Also, if you find this video helpful, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell to be notified when I post videos in the future. Thank you so much everyone for watching. As always, we'll see you around in the next video. Peace.